It was the end of 2019, and then I went to the bank to print out my bank statement, and then I saw that I had made like 7.3 million in 2019. That was my freaking first year in business. It was so insane. Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Tammy, and in today's video I'm going to be breaking down to you how I made 7 million naira in 2019 doing local drop shipping. It was insane. So let's get right into this video. Don't forget to like, share, and of course subscribe to this channel. So in 2018 I started a small business. November 2018, as a matter of fact, December 2018, right? So it was technically into 2019. I was looking for what I could do beyond just like the social media marketing and everything I was doing, right? So I stumbled on this local drop shipping idea. So one of my best friend's brother was making tie and dye shirts, right? And then I went to strike a collaboration with him. So before I go into the story, basically drop shipping is you finding someone who has a product and then you sell the product for the person, but you add the markup to the price. So you're not producing the product, you are not holding inventory of the product, but you always make profit on the product. So back to the story. I started talking to him about how he could send me pictures of some of the tie and dye shirts that he used to make. So I took a lot of the pictures. I started sort of like put some branding around it. I designed the logo using my phone back then, and I launched a brand called Poshy Wears, right? So I was basically selling tie and dye shirts. So what I do is I get orders and then I send the orders to him. So he makes the orders and then I pay him after I've gotten money back from the customers. I didn't have any capital for this business. So whenever I get the money from the customer, I send it to him and then he delivers the package to the customer. It was that simple. And I did sell about 700 shirts that year, and we were selling one shirt for about 3,500 or 4,000 naira back then. And then I was only getting the shirts for about 1,500 or maybe at most 2,000 naira. So I was making about 100% markup on each shirt sold. That was how I started the Poshy Wears brand, doing local drop shipping. But it didn't stop there. So one day I went home and then I was just talking to my mom about how I was making some progress and some money with the business. And then she told me, how about I follow her to the market, and she showed me like the shop of a guy who was selling shoes. So we went there and then the guy was selling some very nice corporate shoes, and I really liked those shoes, but I personally didn't like to wear shoes as a person. But I knew that a lot of students in private universities wanted to wear shoes like that, right? They were like very nice, maybe Italian clone shoes. I don't want to call them Italian, but they were sort of like clone shoes, right? And those shoes were selling for like maybe 6,000 naira or even maybe 5,000 naira. So I take pictures of these shoes. Then under the Poshy Wears brand, I started advertising on Facebook. And when I get people to buy the shoe, I could sell the shoes for as high as 15,000 naira. That's over 100% markup again. And I just send the order to the guy who makes the shoes or who sells the shoes, and he delivers to the customer. I send the money to him. I still never have to put any money into the business. I just take the money, I send it over to the guy, he delivers the product. Simple as ABC. No holding of inventory, no investing of capital, other than getting people to come get the product. So I was doing that with the shoes as well. And then eventually I found the product called a Nike Benazzi, and that was the winning product for me, right? So he got some Nike Benazzis at that point, and it was selling the Nike Benazzi for I think around 1,500. I personally went to get one myself. So I got there, I was like, oh, there are a lot of students in school who like to wear something like this. So I took pictures as usual, I wrote advertisements, and I started pushing out posts on Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp TVs, advertising the slides, the tie and dye shirts, and the shoes at the same time. And I was getting a lot of people to buy from me, and I did make a lot of sales. Doing that, it was technically a side hustle, right? Because I was still in school then. And at the end of 2019, I discovered that I had made about 7 million naira in revenue. That was my first full year in business. I was shocked. And that was one thing that opened my eyes to how much money could be made online, because people want to shop for convenience. So you just basically find the product that people are willing to pay money for and then deliver it to them, and people will definitely always pay you money. And this business works everywhere across the world. It's called dropshipping. It works locally, it works internationally. If you can find a product that people are interested in, simply just talk to the supplier, get in customers, and you only pay when people place an order for the product. And it is easy to do, right? I know there's this business called e-commerce which is similar to dropshipping, but the only thing with e-commerce is you actually need some capital to hold some inventory. But in the case of dropshipping, you don't need any sort of capital, so you don't have any excuses not to be able to start this as a side hustle. Basically, find the product, get customers, and then put your margin on top of the product, and you're going to make banks and bags of money. And as at 2019, when I did make about 7.2 million doing this, that was about 20,000 US dollars back then. It was a lot of money. I was in my second year or going into my third year in the university, and I did make all of that money just selling tie and dye shirts. I didn't know how to make any. Shoes, I never imported any, and slides, which I never imported any of them. I barely had to keep any inventory. I barely had to deal with deliveries. We just would look for people who would complete the deliveries and we get paid, and it was as simple as it sounds. So if you're looking to explore a new side hustle this year, this is something you should actually look into. Go into the market, look for that thing people are looking for, strike a deal with the market person, put it up online, and put a margin on top. It's a massive business you should explore. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and of course drop a comment if you found this insightful, and of course share this video with your friends, because it might just be that lighting bulb that sparks them up and they also go on to make tons of money this year. See you in the next video. Bye.